Alright guys, excuse the retarded facial hair, it's for a party tomorrow night. So today we're gonna use this nasty piece of crap boat anchor as a table so that we can build our cut down oil pan. We're gonna cut it roughly here, take a chunk out of it, and nice thing is, because this engine is complete garbage and scrap, we can do all the cutting and welding right here. And I don't care anymore.
Well, here we go, let's get those wheels out on the road. It may get dusty, but that's the way she goes. We'll build some greasy old cars and drink our AGV. Hey, don't you know, it's partly built.
So we're gonna get going on that, and I'm hoping we can take the transmission and go wash it today and start doing the tranny. We're going to hold off on the wiring because I don't know what engine I'm going to end up with now. So if I end up with the Gen 4, I'll do all the wiring for nothing. So anyway, that's the plan for today. We'll see how far we get.
So, today guys, we're gonna fuck up an oil pan.
Mint.
Yeah, so we're gonna lop this whole thing. Oh yeah, and look at his greasy friggin' chops. Like this man, like 70s, 80s porn star right here.
Except for really crappily.
The only problem though is I don't know if he's got enough to be a porn star. But so our plan today is to lop this whole shebang and just pitch that top end in the bush, cut a piece of aluminum, weld it on, and yeah, auger our own drain plug in there somehow. So he's gonna have fun with this. Pretty much cut through. I think the disc has machined itself down enough to where we can't actually get the meat in there, and we don't have any more green discs, so we're just gonna tap fire off. Oh, maybe not. Make some funny noises.
It was that little piece right there.
And right there.
So, oh yeah.
And right there.
Oh yeah.
And right there.
Oh, whatever. It's not 100% level, that's for sure.
Doesn't surprise me. How bad off flat is she? I mean, like, yeah, it's a little cattywampus.
I'll wait for the grinder to cool down. Then I'll clean those edges up.
You could take this and put it on the belt sander, touch it.
Hey.
Like, just be careful of, like, the belt sander. I don't know if that belt's gonna blow up on us because we have some funny chunks out of it. And Mike decided to gouge the belt a bit, but you know, for what we're doing, this should probably work. Is it plugged in? No. Okay. The old Ryobi sander. Friggin' Marty and Moog, they'd appreciate that.
Yeah. Want to bring a cord?
No, not really. Honestly, I could probably just go buy a new friggin' belt for it too. Yeah. Well, you keep doing that, I'll be right there. Oop. Okay, so that's some aluminum I got when I was working on Junkyard for its blower. We still got plenty of it kicking around. I think I got another sheet somewhere in this shop. So, anyways, slap that on the engine. I want to see how off we are. That's the clean side.
Ah, just throw that.
Let's throw it right in the gut. Yeah, we got a decent gap over on this side here.
This side here.
What are we sitting on?
It's high in the corners.
High on where the oil filter goes. Okay, I'm just gonna mark a couple high spots on this. Okay, so we got a high spot right here. We got a high spot over here. Right there. It's honestly this whole corner. And high spot right around here. Okay, and yeah, so we'll get a belt and we'll try and touch up those high spots and go from there. Okay, so we got a new new belt on here, 40 grit, so we're just gonna hog and chew. See what happens.
Still a couple low spots, but
Not bad.
not bad.
Okay, let's see. There we go. Yeah, it's getting there. We have a
Still low in the
little
centers.
gap
We need
right
to do the
there.
ends. There's a gap right here.
Yeah, a little tiny gap there, a little tiny gap here, but honestly, nothing major.
Yeah, we actually could film most of that.
Yeah, it'll be a little bugger, but pan is flat. That is marked-ish. And we're gonna cut it out on this bandsaw that cuts straight-ish. A lot of ish today.
A little big because we can always tack it together.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Gotta get it hot. I don't know how hot. I don't know how to tell.
We're just preheating the cast because the welder at work told me that it would be a good idea. And we got the plate all cut out. We did get rid of these pieces at the back of the pan just to clean it up so we had room to weld because they were just a little bit of, I don't know, webbing. But it's not going to matter when there's only a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch material underneath. But I just finished wiping everything down with acetone. Now Steven's preheating. We got the TIG set up and we're going to see what we can do.
I don't know how much.
Thankfully, the furnace just kicked in. All right, guys, here we go. Let's see if either one of us can weld our way out of a wet paper bag here.
Might help.
Oh yeah, turn your welder on. Step 1.
How the hell is the power switch?
I can get it. Oh, you got it. Step 1, turn on welder. Step 2, start welding. We'll get her all tacked and then I'm going to try doing some welding. So we'll see how bad that looks. Because I cannot weld to save my life. so we just filled this with acetone for half an hour, and as ugly and as crappy as we did on all of this, because he doesn't know what he's doing and I know even less, it doesn't leak at all.
It has no right to not leak.
It has no
It's
right
screwed.
not to leak. So now I took an AN fitting I had, cut the ORB thread off one end, just took the sander and got the anodizing off the part we need to weld. Now we're going to just drill a hole in the side of the pan. There we go.
Look
Boom.
at that.
I realize it's not right at the bottom, but... Alright, so we got that all welded on. As you can see here, I oversized the hole a little bit because we had the room just to get it as close to the bottom as I could. We're like a 1/4 inch from the bottom of the pan. It's not going to make a difference. Not for us.
So yeah, so next up is the pickup. So roughly 5 3/4. So we'll aim, like it's just over 5 3/4. So we'll shoot this pickup to be about 5 5/8 up. It'll give us a bit of an air gap, which...
So what was it?
5
5 5/8.
So do that.
Just going to clean off this aluminum from here.
Actually, how high does this sit as is? I don't have to put it in there.
It's actually really handy having this shit block.
Exactly. A garbage block is fantastic to have around. Oopsies. Just hold some pressure so it doesn't flip and flop around on me. So we are at 8 1/8. So to get that dealt
2.5 inches.
yeah. 2.5.
Okay, so we made our first cut. We cut, I don't know, 1.5 inches out of there.
Yeah, about an inch.
We got to
or so.
take 2.5 out. We cut 1.5 out of this. So now we'll just tack this on, and we'll
remeasure and see what we
remeasure. So much quieter.
Yeah.
So we cut that little bit out of the top here, and then we pie cut it here and pie cut it here to get it down low enough and keep it centered, because it has to stay centered in the pan because there's the oil level sensor that goes in the side. And then we put grease on it and we put the pan up against it with the without the gasket, and you barely see the mark of grease. So when you put that gasket in there, we're going to have like the perfect amount of clearance.
We're also going to have to, I don't know what the hell the best method's going to be. Run pressure washer? I don't know. Something down here with decent aggression to clean up any of those burrs.
I folded it back, cleaned them, and put it back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I pie cut these, I folded it out, took the die grinder and carbide bit and cleaned them up, and then folded it back. So, here we go.
Nothing.
Alrighty guys, one haggardly shortened oil pan, and one professionally shortened pickup tube. And it'll all work, just skook them.
Oh, look at it. Just visualize there's an engine block here.
Yeah, just pretend there's not a rusty piece of crap engine block. I took these to work and I had it all cleaned up so it can get covered up and put on the shelf and ready to go in engine number 2.
And the best part,
if you count the Buick, engine number 3.
the best part about just imagining the engine block here is even if we screwed this up, you won't know.
Yeah.
That's the real
Hey, thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Follow us on Instagram. Later.
Build cool junk.
Yeah, build all the cool junk.
God died, or Jesus died for us to build cool junk.